Our trip to Alaska was one of many. We hit the road with Coco and Bailey in search of incredible landscapes, experience abundant wildlife, and sample a taste of the last frontier. We arrived in Hyder, the easternmost town known as the friendliest ghost town in Alaska. And if you can down a shot of grain alcohol, you got Hyderized. From the Cassiar Highway to Dawson City, where unfortunately we did not find any gold, we took a short ferry across the Yukon River and drove the top of the world highway, if you call it a highway, for 125 miles on this narrow, windy road, often in the rain and in the mud, to Chicken, where we stopped for a much-needed drink and a bite to eat. We gained our composure and washed the rig, moved on, our destination, Valdez, Alaska. The drive was filled with natural beauty, scenic and eye-peeling in every direction. The city of Valdez lies at the head of Port Valdez, a natural fjord that reaches inland about 11 miles from the Prince William Sound. It's famous for being the end of the Trans-Alaska Pipeline and the oil spill of 1989. Present-day Valdez is the original Valdez town site. The city was relocated after the devastating 1964 earthquake. Our time in Valdez was well spent when we boarded the Valdez Spirit for a day in the Prince William Sound. We saw abundant wildlife in the water and on the shoreline. And before the captain turned the boat around, we were graced with a close-up of Muir's Glacier calving. A number of fishing boats transferring their daily catch for processing, and small boats crabbing. As the salmon began to run, the bears were hungry, and we decided to say goodbye to our scenic RV spot and head to Homer via ferry. Arriving in Whittier, we traveled the longest dual-use highway tunnel in North America, called the Whittier Tunnel. Homer is the halibut capital of the world. Its distinguishing feature, the Homer Spit, a narrow 4.5-long gravel bar where we parked our rig and enjoyed many beautiful evenings. The highlight of Homer was sharing Katmai National Park with our kids and grandson Max. Alaska contains about 70% of the total North American brown bear population, and about 2,200 are estimated to inhabit the park. Visiting Alaska would not be complete without visiting Denali National Park and a plane ride to Ruth Glacier. On this adventure, we flew to Coldfoot, drove across the Arctic Circle, followed the pipeline for 175 miles. We were nearly eaten alive by the mosquito, the Alaska state bird. No harm, no foul, as the moose occupy the road. And poor Bailey, who nearly escaped being lunch for a bald eagle. And at the end of our journey, we were really hoping the roads wouldn't win, but they did. We will be back.